Welcome back to the Marching to Madness College Basketball Podcast, where Pitt Panthers assistant coach Jason Capel steps up to the plate here on Marching to Madness. He works as his brother's assistant coach with the Panthers, and they fashioned themselves as a mainstay atop the ACC standings this season, currently tied for first with Virginia for the ACC lead. Coach, welcome back, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here to speak with you.
Okay, thank you. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you on as well. Hey, as we look at the season as a whole, you guys started out 1-3 to begin the season. So I was curious as to then what happened where you were able to turn around and win 10 out of 11 games. And you were 3-0 starting league play within that 10 and 11.
Well, I think, a lot of people want to look back at how we started. And, we won our first game pretty
Yeah.
convincingly against UT Martin. And then, for your second game of the year to be a rivalry game, the backyard brawl. And, for a half, it was good.
Yeah.
The second half, we just got knocked on our heels. West Virginia is a good team. They're physical, they press, and we didn't respond to it the correct way. And to be quite honest, we got embarrassed at home. And what you have is a lot of prideful guys who, again, it was a great atmosphere. The place was packed, and we got kicked pretty good. I thought that led us to we didn't recover from that heading into Michigan. Michigan was our third game in Brooklyn. And so, again, Michigan for a half was good, but then the second half, we didn't respond. VCU, I thought we did a lot of good things. I thought we fought. I thought we were together, and we were right there to the end. Now, what happened after that, you come back, you meet together as a team, you're honest with one another, and you get back to work. I know that sounds simple, but that's really what we did. We have older guys. We have guys committed to the process of getting better, and we got back to some good old-fashioned practice. And, we knew in the fall that we had a chance to be pretty good. Again, you have older guys, albeit new, but they were about the right stuff. It was about just gelling together as a team on the court. And as the season progressed, I thought we got better. And we put ourselves in position to do some special things this year and to check off a lot of the goals we set in the preseason. We put ourselves in position to do those things.
Now, you guys have won 6 in a row here to keep pace up the top of the ACC standings. As you look at those 6 wins in a row, what did they all have in common with being able to pull out victories in a tough conference?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, and it's kind of been our motto all season, just be us. Be who we are, and who we are as a team that is going to fight you for 40 minutes. We say 10 rounds. Together, connected, disciplined, and just being a team that shares the basketball. Offensively, we want to spread you out. We want to share the basketball. We want to take open shots. We want to play fast. And defensively, we just want to make you have to take tough shots, contested shots, and then 5 guys box out and try to rebound the basketball. But what we've grown to be is a tough team, a team that's very connected, and a team that plays for one another. Our guys like to say that they put the battery in each other's back.
That's good.
They hype each other up. They hold each other accountable to the standard that we've set. And when you have that with some talent and an older group of guys and young guys that have gotten better as the season's progressed, it puts you in position to win basketball games.
Now, Blake Hinson is your leading scorer at 15.9 points per game. Jamarius Burton's right there, too, at 15.8. But Blake is also one of the key rebounders as he leads Pittsburgh in rebounding with 6.3 boards per game. And he's a leader, it seems, on the floor really in every dimension you could come across.
Well, he is. Blake is a joy to coach. He's a guy that's very thankful. Blake hadn't played college basketball in 2 years. And, so he's a guy that just wanted an opportunity. He wanted to be at the University of Pittsburgh. He wants to be coached. He's thankful for his teammates. He's thankful to play, man. And so he brings that exuberance every day. He leads with his voice. He's our emotional leader, I would say. He's a guy that's fun to be around. You're going to hear him before you see him in any room you walk in. But he plays hard. He plays hard. He wants to be coached. He wants to be pushed. He's a guy that can really shoot the basketball. He has a football mentality, and he brings that to the basketball court with just his physicality and the way he plays. And he, as well as Jamarius Burton, who has been just steady all year, just a veteran guy at the guard position, big, strong, very mature, no nonsense, who leads by example and who wants to be in the moment. A guy that wants the pressure, so to speak, on his shoulders to help lead this basketball team. And along with those two, with the older guys we have, and Nelly Cummings, with Greg, we have an older team that's bonded together to help Pitt win basketball games. They've been a joy to coach, and we have a much longer road ahead. But we're playing good basketball, and we have to keep it up.
Sure. Now, when you talk about them bonding together like that, how quickly were they able to do that? And then maybe how, in general, did they do that?
Well, it didn't happen as quickly as we would have liked, simply because we didn't have everyone here in the summer. Second session of summer school, late July, early August. Typically, we have our entire team here. We had guys out. One of the twins, Guillermo, was playing for his national team. Federico was in Finland. He had some academic stuff he had to finish up with his JUCO. So we didn't have everyone. We didn't have everyone until the fall when everyone got back in school. But immediately you could see they clicked. We were very deliberate in trying to put this team together, not only on the court, but off the court. Personalities, fit, attitude, character, all those things. And it just organically happened. When everyone got together, they just organically bonded. And they bonded through basketball. You have guys that love the game. They're not in a rush to leave. They get here, they put in their work every day after practice. It's not just one or two guys. Seemingly, it's the whole team still in there getting working and shooting. When you have that as a collective, it's a recipe for success. And, they want to be coached, they want to be pushed, and they genuinely care about one another on and off the court. And I think you're able to see that when you watch us play. And I think that's helped us become a very good basketball team.
Now, we mentioned Jamarius already. A scorer and a playmaker. He gets 4.4 assists per game. As I looked at his statistics overall, I saw a player who is pushing up his career highs in scoring, rebounding, and assists in the fifth year of his career.
Well, he's a veteran. Again, JB has been the model of consistency. He's a guy that shows up to work. Again, he's no nonsense. He's inquisitive. He wants to learn. He's mature. I mean, that's the best way for me to put it. And the level of consistency and efficiency that he's been able to go about his business this year has been phenomenal. He's put himself in position as not only one of the top guards in the ACC, one of the top guards in the country. And he's one of the big reasons why we've been able to win close games and have a great level of success throughout this season.
Now, Greg Elliott joins Hinson as one of your top 2 3-point makers on the team. He makes 36.2% of its threes. How do you implement the 3-point game into your attack?
Well, coming into it, in building this team, coming back, from last year, what we wanted to do was build around our biggest mainstay last year was our inside play. And so when John Hughley got hurt, we had to change some things. And we brought in a lot of shooting. You look at Nelly Cummings can shoot the basketball. Blake, obviously. Greg, Nike Sabande is a guy that's been a very good 3-point shooter throughout his career. We put shooting at every position, as well as, up front, outside of Federico, everyone else on our team can shoot the basketball. So it's something in building the team that we wanted to have an emphasis on, because quite frankly, we were probably the worst shooting team in the ACC last year. So we wanted to combat that, and we did that through recruiting, through workouts and things of that nature. So Greg's a guy that has been a career 40% three-point shooter. Every shot he takes, if he has a clean look, we expect it to go in. He takes good shots. He works on his craft. He's a sharp shooter, but he's also a very good defender on the ball, but especially in team defense. And another guy that just comes in wanting to win, wanting to be a star in his role. And he's done an excellent job of that for us this year.
We mentioned Nelly. He's a solid inside-outside scorer from the point for the most part. Is he solid inside the arc because of how much he can do off the dribble?
Well, I think he's solid inside the arc because you have to respect we have so many shooters on the perimeter. And, Nelly's a crafty scorer. I mean, he's a guy that has carried teams, to the NCAA tournament and done some good things coming from Colgate. He can score the basketball off the bounce. He can use ball screens. He's very good as a facilitator. He has an excellent assist-to-turnover ratio with over 100 assists on the season. But just a veteran player. He knows how to score. He's secure in who he is. So he's not concerned solely on scoring. He wants to set the table for others as well. So his three-point shot, has been very good for us. But he's also a guy that can attack ball screens, attack long closeouts, and get to the mid-range. And at time, get all the way to the basket and finish in a variety of ways. So, the pieces fit, and we've had a level of success. But as you said, hopefully we have a long season still ahead of us and continue to play good basketball.
Federico's an interesting player. He's a 6'11" center. He shoots 63.3% from the floor. He's the top rebounder, and both of those rankings are in the top 100 on KenPom.com.
Well, Federico's a kid that, we got from junior college. He's very athletic. He's very fast. He's a vertical player. He's from Finland. And so he's a kid that we brought in to be able to screen, roll, play above the rim, defend ball screens, and block shots. What he's been able to do is continue to get better throughout the year. And he has taken over and really manned our front line at the center position. He's an anchor for our defense. He puts out a lot of the fires when things break down defensively. He's long, he's athletic, he has great instincts. And so having him continue to evolve, continue to develop throughout the course of this season has been a huge bonus for us. He's a sponge. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. He's with Coach O'Toole all the time, working on his game. And his progression throughout the year has helped us step up our level of play because he gives us a dimension of running the rim, playing above the rim, but probably most importantly, being an anchor for our defense on that end of the basketball.
Yeah, the defense is really good. It only gives up 67.5 points per game. The shot blocking is a huge part of that, as well as you guys average 4.5 blocks per game, and that's 39th in college basketball.
Well, defense is where you have to hang your hat. As you mentioned, we're a team that shoots the three-point shot a lot. Well, some nights you may be off. Your defense has to carry you through that till those shots begin to fall. And I'm not sure we are a great defensive team individually. What we've grown to be is a very good defensive team collectively. And we worked on being a team that rebounds the ball at a pretty good clip. So when you add those two things together, when you play sound defense, you force tough contested shots, and you do a good job of first shot rebounding, that allows you to get in transition, where I think we have shown that we can be pretty dynamic in transition and on the offensive end.
Jay Billis and I have a common opinion. We both think you guys should be ranked, and so do some other people online. Is that a topic the players sense, and is it a motivator for them not to be ranked? And they're one in the ACC, tied for first, or is it just based on the players just go base their game around, okay, we'll let the game dictate the ranking?
Well, I think the greatest thing this team has been able to do this year, and it starts with our head coach in the leadership role, is, we've developed a motto to just stay in the moment, be present, be where your feet are. And we just want to be 1-0 after every game. We want to work hard every day in practice to continue to improve, to have a level of focus, a level of discipline, and to be connected. And let our work on the court speak for itself, whether home or away. And when you do that, when you stay in the moment, you don't worry about the things that are happening outside. You focus on the task at hand, the next opponent, the next opportunity to win basketball games, to be better, whether home or on the road. And look, we just want to be a team that, we put ourselves in position to compete for a championship. We want to be a team that has that opportunity, and we have that as we head into the last few games of the regular season. And we want to be one of the teams that plays in the NCAA tournament.
Sure.
We set out with goals. I don't think being ranked was one of them. We just wanted to be the best team we can be, compete for an ACC championship, be 1-0 after each game, and have a chance like everyone else that is chosen or who has earned the right to play in March. We want to be one of those teams, and we've put ourselves in that position. We got to keep playing good basketball as we continue to move forward.
Jeff is one of my favorite coaches across the boards. I remember him, at his previous stops and things. How has he been able to, and of course he uses his assistants with this too, but I'm curious how he's been able to get the Pitt program back to where it is threatening the top, in this case, the ACC.
Well, it's been a process. Look, we live in a society now where everyone wants everything to happen quickly. That's just not realistic. And so the motto has been to build this program back up brick by brick. And we've had some success, haven't been able to sustain it. We've had opportunities, and, things happen. In today's world of college basketball and college athletics, things happen. Things out of your control at times, things you have some control over at times. We were very deliberate in putting together this basketball team with the pillars that we wanted to be built on. And we have a good group of guys who have completely bought in, who are selfless, who are about the program and winning. When you have that and you have great leadership from your head coach, as well as in the locker room, it puts you in position to have success. And so, we did it through recruiting. We did it through skill and development work. We've done it through bonding together as a team. And what everyone sees is the finished product. And what that is a team that is selfless, that plays together, that plays for Pitt, and a common goal of just winning basketball games. That's why we've been able to have success with the leadership at the top of the food chain and our head coach, but as well as very good veteran players who control things in the locker room.
Last thing, Coach, as you look at leading the ACC right now, what is the one point where the team, the program, the coaches thought, yes, we can compete for a league title?
If you're looking for really one moment, I actually heard my brother say this, so I'm going to echo what he said.
Sure.
I think it's when we went to Northwestern. Northwestern's a very good team, a very, very good team. I think they're in second place right now in the Big Ten. They were a stout defensive team. We went there, and it was our first true road game. You talk about losing to West Virginia. We lost at home. We lost to Michigan and VCU on a neutral site. Kind of licked our wounds and got our confidence back up in who we could be. And that was our first true road game. You go there in a hostile environment, and we played maybe the best game we played all year. We beat them convincingly. We shared the basketball. We were us, as I said earlier, on both sides of the basketball. So when you look back at this season, you could point to that game to where, again, you play against another Power 5 team, a very good team on the road in a hostile environment, and you win convincingly, playing the brand of basketball that you envisioned what we could be this year. you look back at that and say, okay, we can be pretty good. And we've continued to build on that through defeat, through success. I'm a firm believer that success is one of the greatest things you have to overcome, because success can make you soft, can make you look ahead. And so we've been able to continue to grow through defeat, but in my opinion, more importantly, through the success this team has had. Stay in the moment, be right where our feet are, and continue to just take the next step that's ahead of us, one game at a time.
Coach Jason Capel, ladies and gentlemen, the assistant coach at Pitt. The Panthers are doing a great job this season, a must-watch for anybody who hadn't had their TV on since November, I guess, right, Coach?
That's
But,
right.
yeah, but thank you very much for coming on with me, and let's do this again sometime.
Let's do it. Thanks for having me, man. Hail to
Yes,
Pitt.
sir. Hail to Pitt. There you go.